season's edition of top 10 of the staples. So I decided to make this season a little different. I'm going to try this out every season going forward. I'm going to do the top 10 staples, top 10 sleepers, and top 10 best cards of the set. So we're going to kick it off and do the honorable mentions for the top 10 staples. And cards I really wanted to point out are Goblin Blast Runner. I think could be potential for Popper. I don't exactly know how that's going to pan out. Sentinel I like because it's a soldier. That is not a color. And it's pro multicolor, so it definitely could help you with the 1-drop slot. Might is a decent card overall. It allows you to destroy non-creature artifacts and non-creature enchantments. So it's kind of sweet for a little bit of green removal for a 1-drop. And then Arms Race is kind of a card that I really kind of want to try in Pioneer. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it could branch into a whole new type of deck, which I'm really excited about, which is basically Artifact Show and Tell in Pioneer. That'd be kind of fun. Hello, it's your host, KebbieG. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Also, the bell notifications. Don't forget to check out the sweet stuff that's down in the description down below. Now, number 10 on our list is a 3-way slot here. And this is the common that I'm most excited for Popper. Me personally, because I want to Tron somebody. I want to run the Tron lands, run the Tron workers. And I like the fact that Tower Worker is basically a normal tower. And then Plant Worker is actually not a bad threat to close the game out. Then we have Mine Worker. Kind of sweet, gains life, good against Mono Red, which is a very good deck in Popper. And they're all Assembly Workers, so they work with the Assembly Worker card that lets you fetch another Assembly Worker. So I'm super excited about playing Mono Brown Tron in Popper and featuring all 3 of these cards this season. Number 9 on our list is another Popper card I think could potentially be something. Now, if you're not in black where you have Unearth, if you're in white in another color, you might want to have access to a card like Unearth. This is going to be a card I think could branch and create a whole new archetypes in Popper. It's 2 mana, so it's efficient enough. And return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less. It's unique because it can return an artifact. If you're all about sacrificing artifacts, that will be a huge component for your deck. Number 8 on our list is Bitter Reunion. Now, I'm excited about this card. I'm going to try it in Modern. Now, what I see this card as could be legit is, let me know in the comments, but I could be completely wrong. It kind of does, based on its discard and draw 2, I discard a Dredger and I draw 2, dredge, potentially. I really like it in Dredge, and depending on what creature setup I do, as long as they don't ETB tapped, giving your creatures haste like Narcomoeba or something that could be untapped like Oxynogonas could be nice to be able to haste it in and smack right away. So I'm going to try this in Dredge, but let me know down in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Number 7 on our list. This is not exactly Stitcher Supplier, but if you need Stitcher Supplier X number 5 through 8, and you really want to sacrifice a 1-drop, which is to a card that's going to be featured in the top 10, then you definitely might want to play this cute little rat that looks like it definitely is disgusting. But I think he is sweet, and the fact that he's a rat is a huge bonus. I like the fact that he mills you 2, and then when he dies, he takes out a Ragavan. I know he's not going to be playing Modern, but just in case. I mean, if you want to play a little bit of Rat Love in Modern, this could be for you. Number 8 on our list is Mistress Research Desk. This is one of the best eggs I've seen in a while. It is super sweet. It has Unearth. I see this card probably showing up guaranteed in Rakdos Anvil. And Pioneer, I think this card is going to be a great addition to that deck. And it could very well show up in older formats as well, even past Pioneer. It's a 1-drop, super efficient on mana, which is exactly what you want from your 1-drop. Regrettably, it's 2 mana to crack it the first time, 3 mana to crack it again. but that's okay. It's definitely worth the slots, I think. Number 5 on our list, and this is a little bit of a hybrid right here. Now, this is my picks for interaction. So they're not as fun to talk about, but Bushwack, if you're in a green base mid-range strategy where you have creatures in the mid part, this is perfect because you really want to be able to cast it early to make sure you hit your land drops. Late in the game, mid-range decks want to be able to remove threats. So I really like this for like something like Dinosaurs. Obliterate Bolt is just a lava coil upgrade, strict upgrade. It's definitely going to see play in Pioneer. I don't think it's going to go any further back than that, but that's okay. Overwhelming Remorse. This is a card I think could definitely be in the top list for Pauper. It basically exiles a creature. I don't think the Planeswalker will ever be relevant because Planeswalkers aren't printed at common that often, or actually ever. But exiling any creature, I don't know exactly if there is a creature that you care about exiling, because most of the threats, are fine. But like Muldrifter, you might want to exile that, so that way they don't get that thing back and repeat. And Defabricate is a solid counterspell for artifacts and enchantments, and then triggered abilities and activated abilities. I like it. I think it could be a sweet sideboard card for Pioneer. Number 4 on our list. This is where you're going to start seeing me come out. As the Dinosaur guy, I think that this card is better than the Raptor. Ferocidon. Rampaging Ferocidon. The 1 damage to anyone that plays a creature normally is not that great. The fact that this has Trample is a huge upgrade over Menace. So honestly, I think this card is Pioneer playable for Dinosaur players. It might see constructed play in Dinosaurs, potentially until, of course, we go back to Ixalan, where we're guaranteed to get some maybe better playable Dinosaurs. Number 3 on our list, a down Rarity Shift with Obstinate Baloth, the card that I have been in love with. I've played with for a very long time. It used to be played in Titan Shift as a sideboard card for the burn matchups, and it's decent against Liliana the Veil. So since Rakdos midrange is such a powerful and very top of the meta card, I've been asking for this card to combat some of that, right? So if they make you discard it with Thoughtseize, you still get a free 4/4. If, Liliana makes, you get a 4/4. And against burn, it's a good burn card to come in and gain you 4 life against aggro. It does everything you're looking for in a mid-range shell in green. Number 2 on our list, Recruitment Officer. This is one of the best cards, period, for the uncommons. It's a 1-mana 2/1, so it's already aggressively statted. And the fact that you could pay 3 and 1, look top 4, and you may reveal a creature, 3 or less, makes this card great for humans, great for soldiers, and potentially any mono white aggro list. This card does everything you want. It's very aggressively statted, so you can get in attacks, smack some face, late game, kind of like the Spirit, where it draws you a card. This is actually kind of better because you dig 4 and you're probably going to get like a Skyclave apparition. You could get Brutal Cathar. You can get removal. You can get artifact hate. You can get enchantment hate. Whatever you need, you could dig for it with this sweet card that's only a 1-drop. Number 1 on our list, and the best uncommon. I'm going to play this card for sure in a budget deck. This with Young Pyromancer, and I want to play that Izzet class from D&D set. I think that's going to be so sweet. And not even including the fact that you have Treasure Cruise and etc. There's just so many ways of building a efficient, solid budget deck with this card and Young Pyromancer. I think it's going to be a great deck for Pioneer, especially for new Spellslinger players that are getting into the format. Now, keep in mind, speaking of Spellslingers, the reason why you didn't see something like Monastery Swiftspear in this list, it probably would be in the upper 3. It's because I only cover cards, for the most part, that are new to Pioneer and Modern. Standard is a different animal. I don't cover Standard. I don't play Standard. So Monastery Swiftspear is already legal in all other formats, Pauper, Pioneer, Modern. So it does not make the list. And there's a few other reprints, of course, as well. So let me know down in the comments if there's a card I missed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, I'm going to do this going forward. So this is the top 10 staples from the brand new set. So until next time, have a great rest of your day.